Stop scrolling. Look at me. Think about your day. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you eat breakfast, you go to work. Every single day, you do the same things. But do you know how to describe all of them in English? Can you tell someone what you did yesterday? Can you explain what you will do tomorrow? Most beginners get stuck because they learn random words. They don't learn the flow of a real life. Today, we are going to live an entire day together in English, from the moment you open your eyes in the morning to the moment you close them at night. 1,000 sentences. Your morning routine, your work routine, your evening relaxation, your thoughts, your feelings. I want you to close your eyes for just 1 second and imagine describing your entire life in English. Feels good, right? Keep your eyes open now. Repeat everything I say. Let your mouth get tired. Let your brain get full. By the time the sun sets in this video, you will have spoken more English than you have in a month. Do not click away. This is your day. Let's live it in English. The wake up. My alarm clock is ringing loudly. My alarm clock is ringing loudly. I hit the snooze button one more time. I hit the snooze button one more time. I really don't want to get out of bed. I really don't want to get out of bed. I finally open my eyes and stretch my arms. I finally open my eyes and stretch my arms. The sunlight is coming through the curtains. The sunlight is coming through the curtains. I yawn and check my phone for messages. I yawn and check my phone for messages. I have 3 new notifications. I have 3 new notifications. I sit up and put my feet on the floor. I sit up and put my feet on the floor. The floor feels cold this morning. The floor feels cold this morning. I walk towards the bathroom. I walk towards the bathroom. I turn on the bathroom light. I turn on the bathroom light. I look at myself in the mirror. I look at myself in the mirror. My hair looks messy. My hair looks messy. I need to shave today. I need to shave today. I turn on the shower faucet. I turn on the shower faucet.
I wait for the water to get hot. I wait for the water to get hot. I step into the shower. I step into the shower. The hot water feels amazing on my skin. The hot water feels amazing on my skin. I wash my hair with shampoo. I wash my hair with shampoo. I use conditioner to make it soft. I use conditioner to make it soft. I wash my body with soap. I wash my body with soap. I sing a song while I'm showering. I sing a song while I'm showering. I turn off the water. I turn off the water. I step out and grab my towel. I step out and grab my towel. I dry myself off. I dry myself off. I wrap the towel around my waist. I wrap the towel around my waist. I brush my teeth thoroughly. I brush my teeth thoroughly. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I brush for at least 2 minutes. I brush for at least 2 minutes. I spit out the toothpaste. I spit out the toothpaste. I rinse my mouth with water. I rinse my mouth with water. I floss my teeth to keep them healthy. I floss my teeth to keep them healthy. I wash my face with cleanser. I wash my face with cleanser. I apply some moisturizer to my face. I apply some moisturizer to my face. I comb my hair. I comb my hair. I have to fix this stubborn cowlick. I have to fix this stubborn cowlick. I go back to my bedroom to get dressed. I go back to my bedroom to get dressed. I open my closet door. I open my closet door. I have so many clothes, but nothing to wear. I have so many clothes, but nothing to wear. I decide to wear a blue shirt today. I decide to wear a blue shirt today. I put on my jeans. I put on my jeans. I put on my socks. I put on my socks. I put on my watch. I put on my watch. I spray a little bit of cologne on my neck. I spray a little bit of cologne on my neck. I look at myself in the mirror again. I look at myself in the mirror again. I look presentable. I look presentable. I leave the bedroom and head to the kitchen. I leave the bedroom and head to the kitchen. I'm starting to feel hungry. I'm starting to feel hungry. The breakfast. I open the refrigerator. I open the refrigerator. I take out a carton of milk. I take out a carton of milk. I take out some eggs. I take out some eggs. I take out some butter. I take out some butter. I'm going to make scrambled eggs. I'm going to make scrambled eggs. I crack 2 eggs into a bowl. I crack 2 eggs into a bowl. I whisk the eggs with a fork. I whisk the eggs with a fork. I add a little salt and pepper. I add a little salt and pepper. I put a pan on the stove. I put a pan on the stove. I turn on the heat. I turn on the heat. I melt some butter in the pan. I melt some butter in the pan. I pour the eggs into the pan. I pour the eggs into the pan. I stir the eggs gently. I stir the eggs gently. The eggs are cooking quickly. The eggs are cooking quickly. I turn off the heat. I turn off the heat. The eggs are soft and fluffy. The eggs are soft and fluffy. I put the eggs on a plate. I put the eggs on a plate. I press 2 slices of bread in the toaster. I press 2 slices of bread in the toaster. I pour myself a glass of orange juice. I pour myself a cup of coffee. I pour myself a cup of coffee. I add a little sugar to my coffee. I add a little sugar to my coffee.
I add some creamer. I add some creamer. The toast pops up. The toast pops up. I butter the toast while it is hot. I butter the toast while it is hot. I sit down at the kitchen table. I sit down at the kitchen table. I eat my breakfast slowly. I eat my breakfast slowly. I check the news on my phone while I eat. I check the news on my phone while I eat. I read an interesting article. I read an interesting article. I finish my eggs. I finish my eggs. I drink the last sip of my coffee. I drink the last sip of my coffee. I wash my plate and put it in the dishwasher. I wash my plate and put it in the dishwasher. I wipe the kitchen counter. I wipe the kitchen counter. I need to take out the trash. I need to take out the trash. The trash can is full. The trash can is full. I tie up the garbage bag. I tie up the garbage bag. I take it out to the bin outside. I take it out to the bin outside. I put a new bag in the trash can. I put a new bag in the trash can. Leaving the house. I grab my keys from the hook. I grab my keys from the hook. I grab my wallet from the table. I grab my wallet from the table. I put my phone in my pocket. I put my phone in my pocket. I put on my jacket. I put on my shoes. I tie my shoelaces tightly. I tie my shoelaces tightly. I look around to make sure I have everything. I look around to make sure I have everything. I open the front door. I open the front door. I step outside. I step outside. I lock the door behind me. I lock the door behind me.
I jiggle the handle to make sure it is locked. I jiggle the handle to make sure it is locked. I walk towards the bus stop. I walk towards the bus stop. It is a sunny morning. It is a sunny morning. The birds are singing in the trees. The birds are singing in the trees. I see my neighbor walking his dog. I see my neighbor walking his dog. I wave at him and say good morning. I wave at him and say good morning. I arrive at the bus stop. I arrive at the bus stop. There are a few other people waiting. There are a few other people waiting. I check the bus schedule on my phone. I check the bus schedule on my phone. The bus should arrive in 5 minutes. The bus should arrive in 5 minutes. I see the bus coming down the street. I see the bus coming down the street. I get my bus pass ready. I get my bus pass ready. The bus stops and the doors open. The bus stops and the doors open. I step onto the bus. I step onto the bus. I tap my card on the reader. I tap my card on the reader. I find an empty seat near the window. I find an empty seat near the window. I sit down and put my bag on my lap. I sit down and put my bag on my lap. I look out the window at the passing buildings. I look out the window at the passing buildings. The bus is a little crowded today. The bus is a little crowded today. An elderly woman gets on the bus. An elderly woman gets on the bus. I stand up to give her my seat. I stand up to give her my seat. She thanks me for being kind. She thanks me for being kind. The bus approaches my stop. The bus approaches my stop. I pull the cord to signal the driver. I pull the cord to signal the driver. The bus slows down. The bus slows down. I get off the bus. I get off the bus. I walk towards my office building. I walk towards my office building. I swipe my ID card to enter the building. I swipe my ID card to enter the building. I take the elevator to the 5th floor. I take the elevator to the 5th floor. I press the button for the 5th floor. I press the button for the 5th floor. The doors open and I walk to my cubicle. The doors open and I walk to my cubicle. I hang my jacket on the back of my chair. I hang my jacket on the back of my chair. I turn on my computer. I turn on my computer. I enter my password. I enter my password. The computer takes a few minutes to start up. The computer takes a few minutes to start up. I check my work emails. I check my work emails. I have about 20 new emails. I have about 20 new emails. I reply to the most urgent ones first. I reply to the most urgent ones first. My colleague comes over to say good morning. My colleague comes over to say good morning. We chat about our weekends. We chat about our weekends. He went hiking in the mountains. He went hiking in the mountains. I tell him I just relaxed at home. I tell him I just relaxed at home. My boss calls me for a quick meeting. My boss calls me for a quick meeting. I grab a notepad and a pen. I grab a notepad and a pen. I walk into the conference room. I walk into the conference room. We discuss the new project. We discuss the new project. The deadline is next Friday. The deadline is next Friday. I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. I go back to my desk. I go back to my desk. I start working on a report. I need to concentrate. I put my headphones on to block out noise. I put my headphones on to block out noise. I listen to some instrumental music. The morning goes by very quickly. I look at the clock and it is already noon. It is time for lunch. It is time for lunch.
I stand up and stretch my legs. I stand up and stretch my legs. I ask my colleague if he wants to go get lunch. I ask my colleague if he wants to go get lunch. He says yes. He says yes. We walk to a small sandwich shop nearby. We walk to a small sandwich shop nearby. The line is very long. The line is very long. We wait for about 10 minutes. We wait for about 10 minutes. I order a turkey and cheese sandwich. I order a turkey and cheese sandwich. I ask for extra lettuce and tomato. I ask for extra lettuce and tomato. I order a bottle of iced tea. I order a bottle of iced tea. We find a small table outside. We find a small table outside. The weather is nice. The weather is nice. We eat our lunch and talk about work. We eat our lunch and talk about work. We also talk about sports. We also talk about sports. We finish eating. We finish eating. We walk back to the office. We walk back to the office. I have a little bit of free time left. I have a little bit of free time left. I scroll through social media. I scroll through social media. I see a funny video. I see a funny video. I send it to my friend. Lunch break is over. Lunch break is over. Afternoon work. The afternoon is usually busier. The afternoon is usually busier. I have a conference call at 2 o'clock. I dial into the meeting. There are people from different countries on the call. I listen carefully to what they are saying. I take notes.
I take notes. I contribute my ideas to the discussion. I contribute my ideas to the discussion. The call lasts for about an hour. After the call, I feel tired. I get a glass of water from the cooler. I get a glass of water from the cooler. I continue working on the report. I continue working on the report. I have to make a spreadsheet. I am good at using Excel.
I double-check my numbers for errors. I double-check my numbers for errors. I send the report to my boss for review. I send the report to my boss for review. I wait for her feedback. I wait for her feedback. I organize my desk. I organize my desk. I throw away some old papers. I throw away some old papers. I start thinking about the evening. I start thinking about the evening. I look at the clock. It is almost 5 o'clock. I start to pack up my things. I start to pack up my things. I shut down my computer. I shut down my computer. I grab my bag. I grab my bag. I say goodbye to my colleagues. I say goodbye to my colleagues. I leave the office. I leave the office. Commuting home. I walk back to the bus stop. I walk back to the bus stop. The bus is running a little late. The bus is running a little late. I wait patiently. I wait patiently. The bus finally arrives. The bus finally arrives. I get on and find a seat. I am very tired. I am very tired. I lean my head against the window. I lean my head against the window. I almost fall asleep. I almost fall asleep. I recognize my stop. I recognize my stop. I get off the bus. I get off the bus. I walk the short distance to my house. I walk the short distance to my house. I take my keys out. I take my keys out. I unlock the front door. I unlock the front door. I step inside. I step inside. I close the door behind me. I close the door behind me. I lock it. I lock it. I kick off my shoes. I kick off my shoes. I put my keys in the bowl. You have made it through the morning and the workday. You are halfway through your life in English. If this daily routine is helping you build your speaking habits, please help me build this channel. Hit the like button right now. It shows me you want more content like this. And if you want to wake up tomorrow with more English, make sure you are subscribed. Let's finish the day strong together. Evening relaxation. I am home. I am home. I let out a big sigh of relief. I let out a big sigh of relief. I take off my watch. I take off my watch. I take off my work clothes. I take off my work clothes. I put on comfortable sweatpants. I put on comfortable sweatpants. I put on a soft t-shirt. I put on a soft t-shirt. I feel much better now. I feel much better now. I go to the living room. I go to the living room. I sit down on the couch. I sit down on the couch. I turn on the television. I turn on the television. I flip through the channels. I flip through the channels. There is nothing interesting on. There is nothing interesting on. I decide to watch a movie on Netflix. I decide to watch a movie on Netflix. I spend about 30 minutes choosing a movie. I finally pick a comedy. I press play. I realize I am hungry. I need to make dinner. I pause the movie.
I go to the kitchen. I open the refrigerator. I have some leftover chicken from last night. I have some leftover chicken from last night. I decide to make a salad. I chop some lettuce. I chopped a tomato. I slice a cucumber. I put everything in a big bowl.
I add the leftover chicken. I add the leftover chicken. I drizzle some olive oil and vinegar on top. I drizzle some olive oil and vinegar on top. I toss the salad. I toss the salad. I grab a fork and take my dinner to the living room. I grab a fork and take my dinner to the living room. I press play on the movie again. I press play on the movie again. I eat my dinner while watching the movie. I eat my dinner while watching the movie. The movie is really funny. The movie is really funny. I laugh out loud. I laugh out loud. I finish my dinner. I finish my dinner. I take my plate to the kitchen. I take my plate to the kitchen. I wash the plate and put it in the drying rack. I wash the plate and put it in the drying rack. I go back to the couch. I go back to the couch. My phone buzzes. My phone buzzes. It is a message from my friend. It is a message from my friend. She wants to know how my day was. She wants to know how my day was. I text her back. I text her back. I tell her about my busy day. I tell her about my busy day. We text for a while. We text for a while. She sends me a funny meme. She sends me a funny meme. I send one back. I send one back. I put my phone down. I put my phone down. I feel relaxed. I feel relaxed. I watch the rest of the movie. I watch the rest of the movie. The movie ends. The movie ends. It is getting late. It is getting late. I turn off the television. I yawn. I am getting sleepy. I am getting sleepy. I go to the bathroom to get ready for bed. I go to the bathroom to get ready for bed. I wash my face again. I wash my face again. I brush my teeth one more time. I brush my teeth one more time. I put on my pajamas. I put on my pajamas. I go to my bedroom. I go to my bedroom. I pull back the covers on my bed. I pull back the covers on my bed. I fluff my pillow. I fluff my pillow. I plug my phone into the charger. I plug my phone into the charger. I set my alarm for the next morning. I set my alarm for the next morning. I turn off the lamp on my nightstand. The room is dark. The room is dark. I lie down on my back. I lie down on my back. I stare at the ceiling for a minute. I stare at the ceiling for a minute. I think about everything I did today. I think about everything I did today. It was a long day. It was a long day. But it was a good day. But it was a good day. I close my eyes. I close my eyes. I take a deep breath. I take a deep breath. I feel my body relaxing. I feel my body relaxing. My mind starts to slow down. My mind starts to slow down. I am drifting off to sleep. I am drifting off to sleep. I am almost asleep. I am almost asleep. I wake up suddenly in the middle of the night. I wake up suddenly in the middle of the night. I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea what time it is. I look at the clock. I look at the clock. It is 3:15 in the morning. It is 3:15 in the morning. I must have had a bad dream. I must have had a bad dream. My heart is beating fast. My heart is beating fast. I try to calm myself down. I try to calm myself down. I take slow, deep breaths. I take slow, deep breaths. I turn onto my side. I turn onto my side. I close my eyes again. I close my eyes again. It takes me a while to fall back asleep. It takes me a while to fall back asleep. My alarm rings again. My alarm rings again. It is a new day. It is a new day. I hit the snooze button. I hit the snooze button. I really wish I could stay in bed longer. I really wish I could stay in bed longer. But I have to get up. But I have to get up. I have another busy day ahead of me.
I have another busy day ahead of me. I sit up in bed. I sit up in bed. I think about my goals for today. I think about my goals for today. I want to be productive. I want to be productive. I want to learn something new. I want to learn something new. I want to be kind to people. I want to be kind to people. I put my feet on the floor.
The floor feels cold again. The floor feels cold again. I stand up. I stand up. I am ready to start my daily routine all over again. I am ready to start my daily routine all over again. Every day is a new opportunity. Every day is a new opportunity. Every day I can practice my English. Every day I can practice my English. Every day I can get better. Every day I can get better. I walk towards the bathroom. I walk towards the bathroom. The cycle of life continues. The cycle of life continues. I turn on the bathroom light. I turn on the bathroom light. I look in the mirror. I look in the mirror. I smile at myself. I smile at myself. Good morning, world. Good morning, world. My name is John. My name is John. And this is my daily routine. This could be your routine too. In English. In English. We do this every day. We wake. We eat. We work. We rest. We speak English. We learn. We grow. This is the rhythm of life. This is the rhythm of life. And now you have the words for it. And now you have the words for it. 1,000 words. 1,000 sentences. 1,000 steps closer to fluency. You made it through the entire day. You made it through the entire day. From sunrise to sunset. From darkness to light. You stayed with me. You repeated the words. You did the work. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. Never stop this routine. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. This is John. This is John. Signing off for tonight. Signing off for tonight. See you in the morning. See you in the morning. Good night. Good night. We are getting ready for bed now. Just a few more sentences before we fall asleep. You have been an incredible student today. If this video changed the way you think about learning English, please share it with one friend who needs to start their own routine. And if you haven't subscribed to join me every day, hit that button now. Now, let's close our eyes and finish these last sentences.